guys, it's Jen from Catascrapdesigns. Thank you for joining me today. I am here today to make up for one of the days I missed for the 100-day project around the house. So it's hashtag 100-day project around the house, but it's hashtag 100-day challenge, excuse me, ATH, around the house. So excuse me, if you look for that hashtag, you'll see other crafters that have joined the challenge. The challenge is hosted by Angela from The Traveling Crafter. Yeah, so it was day number 3 I missed, which was old letters. I don't have any real old letters, so I had to print these out, and I believe I got these from the old design shop. So basically, this 100-day project is you have a prompt every day, and it is 100 prompts, I believe, right, Angela? You have a prompt every day, and whatever project you decide to make, you at least have to use that one prompt. So this prompt is old letters. So yeah, so this was day 3. So again, I printed these out. It was on full-size paper, and they were, you'll see, the way they were, you can see I printed them on coffee dyed paper, and you could see how it printed out with my papers and what their papers look like. So we're going to de-stress, and I did print double side, and I really wish this would have, I don't know why it didn't. This was supposed to print on this side of the paper, but it didn't. Because the way that they, I guess back then, from what I gathered from printing this out, and what I read up on from this digital, was that they printed it and you could kind of see, folded it, and you could kind of see the fold line here, the way they folded it with the name and address of the person it was going to. So they folded it a certain way, and they just folded it all together. And I guess that's how they mailed it off. This one doesn't happen to have a stamp on it. I guess it was just given. I'm not really sure. So we're just going to go ahead and distress. And I'm just trying to figure out if I should cut more of this or not. Because this is, I cut it straight. I guess the way it was scanned in through the website wasn't straight because it's on a slant. So again, I'm just trying to figure out which is the best way to go around this. The thinking begins, and the smoke is burning. Let's see. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut and make this a little bit shorter, and then distress from there. So I'm just gonna use my my big cutter, which is over here, so you can't really see it. Just bear with me. And the only reason I'm trying to get this right is because of the way it folds. Because I want to, that's the way I want to really, I want to do it the way it's supposed to be done. So I don't know if it still looks right or not. I should cut that off because but I don't want to lose this part of the coffee dyeing process because it's so grungy. Now you could still see the line. And you could still see the line over here too. All right, let's try to grunge up a little bit. Let's see. I have the tool and I don't know where it is to actually rough up the edges, so I'm just going to use my scissors. Of course, I don't know where it is. That would be too easy. All right. So I'm just going to even though it's got like the line in there, so you don't know if that's from printing or not. We don't know. Of course, we're going to use our ink. So I guess in the old days, the way they used to send letters, they did use envelopes, but I guess, I don't know how old you have to go back to when they just folded up the letters and mailed them out that way. I really don't know. So I'm just cutting some of it, and, ooh, I didn't want to cut that, but I guess because my coffee dyeing was a little crisp. So I'm just going around the edges with the scissor. I don't want to get too close to the writing, so in case somebody's trying to actually see, my coffee dyeing process is the way I do it. Because I bake my sheets. My sheets get a little crispy on the ends. And I was trying to take one of my more dull scissors, and it's like when I go to the right, it rips it. So I'm going to take out this piece of paper because of this. Excuse me. I want to, I don't want to go too dark over here. I kind of want to cover in so you can't tell. I might do this with two different colors. See, some of this is going to tear, which is fine. Pull that apart. Yeah, some of my edges are, like I said, they're crispy. And this is helping it a little bit by folding it over and giving it those those wrinkles. So I'm not going to do anything to the back. The back's pretty burnt. But I am going to the bottom here. I just want to take the vintage photo, a little bit darker. And I'm using my blending tool to kind of roll up where I cut. Okay, so now we have this other page, which is going to need a little more work because it's, all right, where's my disoxide? Oh, here it is. Just want to go around this with my disoxide really quick before I start cutting. I'm trying to blend in because it didn't print straight, and I just don't want to, I don't know. I don't know. You see the white line? I know I cut it straight, so I didn't want to go any thinner than that. So I just want to kind of get that. And it looks like it's straight on like this side. All right. So, and yes, I use the same blending brush for all of my browns. This, I think, was supposed to be like a torn effect, but I'm hoping it just looks like, when we're done, just like a coffee effect of like leaving a cup of coffee there, because I don't want to tear that. I want to be able to fold this up, because once it's folded up the way that they used to do it back then, it could be tucked into a tuck spot. And I'm not gonna, let's see, the coffee dyeing process over here went pretty well. So, all right, so we're gonna come back over here, and we're going to take the scissor, and we're gonna go across. Some tear. Oh, that teared a lot. And you'll see where I go with the scissors along the edge is making it white again. And I'll go across that again with probably with the tea dye. Okay. It's the aging of old paper. You would think that just putting the coffee dyed paper through would be enough, but I guess it's not. See, so it's splitting some of it, and it's doing that because I baked my coffee dyed paper. But that's okay. And I'm gonna pull some of that. So I think this was tea dyed. And I'm just going over where I went with the scissors. It is with a lighter ink. But we want this to look old and grungy, so having the multicolored inks isn't a bad thing. And having it curl up isn't a bad thing either. And I'm just trying to get, because when I did it with the scissors, the white from the inside of the core of the paper showed up. So we're just going over that with the ink again, just a different colored ink. So having, like I said, having the multicolored browns is a good thing. So over here, you could see how it's rolling. And these white portions, we're gonna roll to whichever way it went to get that color. This one went up. I think the aging of it is coming out pretty well with the multicolored inks and the coffee dyed paper and the cuts. I think that looks, I mean, I'm trying to get this to really look like a stain. This is the only thing that's bothering me right here. So I'm just wondering if I should go in further. Or just leave it, because it could be anything. It could be lines from just being in a storage box all this time. Let's just rough that portion up a little bit more. I know you're probably like, I don't really want to sit here and watch you distress this. Well, if you want to know how to make old paper paper look old. Okay. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. And this is the front of the paper. So it goes first page, second page, and then who it is going to. Just get over this with a little bit. Sorry. I know I keep going back, right? I just didn't think this was dark enough. I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm almost done. Okay. Okay. So little pieces everywhere. Okay. All right, so we're back to this. And this is supposed to be a letter from 1837. So I guess anything really goes. So it might not match up exactly. Some of it's bent on this page, which is fine because we're going to fold it. So how are we going to fold it? I'm going to really go by what I'm seeing here. So it's not going to be even. It's not going to be the way I would have folded it if I was starting from a blank slate. But I could just go, and I don't really know if you could see this faint line right here. It's not straight. So it kind of goes right here to this line. Then it comes kind of close here, which is weird because like normally when you would address something, you would either like, I don't know, today your address is more to the right, but maybe it wasn't being mailed. Maybe it was being hand delivered. I don't know. You got to think about, you got to make up a story in your head. And then if you could see this line here and this line here, but see this has this line. It also has a line here. if I would go by that line, it would be more centered. You know, and it's my project, so I guess I could do anything really, but I kind of want it to be as real as it can look. You know what I mean? So if I was doing, which I've done journals where I could have used this old letter, which I didn't have at the time. It looks like it's coming over here. Do you remember those old notes you used to do in school where you fold them and you fold them into each other? That's how you pass notes in class. At least that's how I did it. It's kind of similar. So before I even go that far and do any of that, I just want to I'm going to take vintage photo, and I am going to do the creases, the new creases, our creases, right? Because we want it, like I said, to look as real as possible. And this is not a love letter. I believe this is a letter of a girl who wrote a letter to her sister. You know, and the funny thing, when I saw the letters there, I wanted to try to do something with the wax seals. I bought a wax seal kit probably about 2 months ago, and I've yet to use it. I know, right? It's just sitting there. I've not used it. Shame on me. It's like, I hate when I do that. I buy something and it's like, why'd I even bother? Like, if I wasn't going to use it for 2 months, I could have held on to that money for 2 months. All right, so let's do this. Did we do this one? We didn't do this side though. This letter's looking real aged, so, and it should look real aged because it's from 1837. I mean, it's an old letter. So you're gonna think I'm crazy. Don't think I'm crazy. I really want to ink the inside. And I know you're probably thinking, don't do it. I'm just going to do a very light tea dyed. Very light tea dyed. So I didn't ask how everybody was doing today. It's Sunday here. It's Sunday everywhere. I'm just saying it's Sunday. I am filming on a Sunday. It is so hot out that, like, I was dying this morning at, I don't know, it was 7 o'clock. I took my dog for a walk and I was like, God, Chase, we got to go back in. Mommy's hot. It felt like it was 100 degrees out already. And I normally take him in the dark, so I don't feel that because I hate the heat. And I know you're probably asking, then why are you in an area that has heat? Don't ask, you don't want to know. I don't want to be here, trust me. But I am. So I tend to, like, stay indoors most of the time, if I could help it. It's great for people who love it. And it's great for beach days if you go to the beach, which I really don't go that often. My son loves it because he was born here, so that's all he knows. Pool days, he loves. But it's so hot, the water's not even cool. Okay, is it looking better? Is it looking aged? Is it looking old? I think so. We got so many folds in here. So many creases. Like I said, the letter I'm just doing, it's light. It's the tea dye. So it's not the dark. Tea dye makes it look more like it's just been laying around. Okay. See, so this is like the inside from it being folded. And this is just going down it very slightly. Oh, that's not the one I was using. Oh, see, I'm not paying attention. Now, I wish I really had like all those old letters my grandmother had from my grandfather from when he was away in the war that he used to send home. Those would have been great to have. I don't even think my mother has them anymore. I'm going to ask her, but I don't think she does. I think she got rid of them all. Those would have been awesome to have. I have a lot of her old photos that have been sitting underneath my desk waiting for me to scan, and I haven't done that yet. I've looked at them and I look at them and I'm just like, these are some of the similar photos that I see everybody doing some projects on. I'm just going to be a little darker here. So I don't know. I got to get those scanned. I don't have my son this weekend, so I have the time to do it. I should do it this weekend. But that requires me taking out a bunch of stuff that's under my desk just to get to them. Okay, so first, second, there we go. We're folded. All right, so the way I think they did this just from the way they have it folded. It is very similar to this. This is the way I think it was done back in the day. I went with the same fold lines that were on the paper. And I think with a letter like this, this looks great. The tears look real. This is if you're doing a journal, any type of old journal, whether it be a love story or not, just a vintage journal. This is something that can be put into a tuck spot, into an envelope. Why is this not fitting? Do I have it in the wrong one? Yeah, this is tea dye. Hey, look at that. I didn't even realize, same inks, that cap didn't fit, that cover didn't fit that. Good to know. So anyway, yeah, I think this is, and I don't have a journal here to show. Not one with a, let's see, what is this? Here's a pocket. Like you just put it in a pocket. Do I have anything in here? This is sitting here. I've never finished this. Of course, it's an unfinished project. I have many of them. I should get them off my workspace. Here's another one. This was Echo dyed fabric. So yeah, so even if it was a tuck spot, let's just pretend this is a tuck spot. You just stick it in there. And that is how these old letters are used. So I hope this inspired you to go grab an old letter. If you don't have one, I got this from the old design shop. It was a free printable, and it was you could go right to their blog, I believe it was, I went to. Just Google them and you'll find them, and you'll be able to print it out and just go around and do the distressing and the inking, and you could use this in your next journal. So I'm going to keep this with my ephemera and use it when I need it. So thanks for sticking around and hanging out. I appreciate it. You guys have an awesome Sunday, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.